So hello again, Russ Townsend, one of the co-founders of VetCoin, and now I want to talk about Transform. We talked about Connect, we talked about Enable, now we're going to talk about Transform, and this is where I have the most passion. And I believe that this is really what, when it comes down to why VetCoin exists, when we talked about back in April of 2021, why create VetCoin? What's the purpose of creating a new cryptocurrency? And the one founding principle we kept coming back to was we're going to give back to vets. We're going to create VetCoin. We're going to get people to use VetCoin. And through VetCoin, we're going to give back. So how do we give back? Well, in the very basic way and the irrefutable way is that we have in our tokenomics for VetCoin a transaction fee. And of that small transaction fee, almost half will be earmarked for a nonprofit recipient. And that will be pulled off the transaction fee, put into a separate wallet. And then each Veterans Day, we intend to disperse that VetCoin to nonprofits that are willing to accept it. And that's not something we're just going to do unilaterally. That'll be something that the community will help us to decide. So by being a member, by being connected to VetCoin and becoming part of our VetCoin system, you have influence. You get to contribute directly to charities through transactions with your VetCoin, and you'll be able to help us to determine which nonprofits then receive that distribution of VetCoin. So that's one very core piece of this, and that was absolutely critical to us. But it's not just enabling nonprofits. We also want to enable veteran-owned businesses. So if you've not been to the website or read the Dispatch newsletter, or you're very, very new to VetCoin system, well, welcome if you're new. But also know that we have what's called the Veteran Business Incubator Program. And this is a contest that we sponsor at VetCoin. And businesses can submit a packet, and then we review them, and based on our selection criteria, we will select the winners of the Business Incubator Program contest. And that veteran-owned business will receive $5,000 cash, that's US dollars, and 100 million VetCoin. So that'll help them on their crypto journey and involve that into their business model if they want to incorporate a cryptocurrency component to that. So we're helping nonprofits, we're helping businesses, and we're helping the veterans through what I was talking about before with the Connect and Enable piece, through the education on the Enable and through the services and nonprofit registry in our portal. But not to stop talking about nonprofits, because this is where I really enjoy my work. For nonprofits, we have another award, and it's called the Bud Burrell Award. And this is something that we created very, very early in the VetCoin process. We have a mentor for VetCoin, and we talked to him. His name is Aaron Duda, and one of his mentors was a gentleman that went by the name of Bud, nicknamed Burrell. And Bud was a West Point graduate. He's a veteran of Vietnam, and he went on to do great things in the business world. But he was always very ethical, and he always found passion in trying to help other businesses do things right and not do the easy wrong, but always do what was right, because it's always right to do what is right. And Bud was inspirational to a lot of people. So we've created the Bud Burrell Award, which we intend to give to who we believe is the most outstanding nonprofit organization each year, and we'll do that on Veterans Day. So this coming Veterans Day, 2022, we will provide the first Bud Burrell Award to the outstanding charity that we have to pick from, and they will receive VetCoin transfer to go with that award, and we'll honor them in what we're going to call our roll of honor. So we'll list that nonprofit and each successive recipient of the Bud Burrell Award. So in a nutshell, that's kind of what we talk about when we talk about transforming. Really, it's how do we get the veterans to benefit? How can we change their lives? Whether it be through a connection to patrons, if they're business or service, connection to a nonprofit if they need help, how do we help the nonprofits and enable nonprofits to transform the lives of veterans, whether they're in the VetCoin system or not. You don't have to be a VetCoin owner to benefit from what VetCoin brings to the table. Thanks.